As we prepare for the Seder, one of the favorites is always the discussion about the four sons. The Chochem, Rasha, Tam, Shadei, and Lishol. The wise son, the wicked son, the simple son, and the one who cannot formulate a question. And we look more carefully into the Rasha, the wicked son, we see something which is somewhat perplexing. The Bala Gada tells us, what is his question? Ma avoda azois lachem. What are you doing? Says the Bala Gada, Ilu, if he would have been there by Mitzrayim, he wouldn't have been included. He wouldn't have been taken out. Kofar be'ikr. He's a denier of the basic tenet of Judaism. We might ask, why is he denying the basic tenet? He's not part of Yetzias Mitzrayim, terrible thing. Kofar be'ikr is someone who denies the existence of Hashem chas v'shol. Someone who denies the Torah's min hashamayim chas v'shol. Why is he kofar be'ikr? In order to understand this answer to this question, we need to understand better what this night's all about. We have a mitzvah every day, twice a day, Zechi Yetzias Mitzrayim, to remember the Exodus. Tonight we have a mitzvah, Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim. It's not enough to remember the Exodus. We have to tell the story. We have to tell the story with matzah and with myrrh. There's Maran Beis HaMikdash with Korban Pesach. It's much more than remembering. It's much more than an intellectual, cognitive experience. It is experience itself. It's a chavayah. As the Rambam says on the Mishnah in Psochim, where the Mishnah says, Liros es atzmo, he has to see himself, ki ilu yotzim Mitzrayim, that he left Mitzrayim. Says the Rambam, not Liros, laharos. What's the difference between laharos and Liros? Liros means to see, to understand, to know. Laharos means to display. I have to show myself as a megula. I have to show myself as someone who's going out. Because it's a night of experience. So now we can understand how we react to the Rasha. Says the Bala Gada, first of all, we hakeh shenav. We have to render him harmless. We can't have him ruin the Seder for the other children or everybody else. Why is that enough? We would think that we throw him out. We would think, send him to his room, give him some matzah, and goodbye. No, after we render him harmless, he must sit there with us. Why is he sitting there? He doesn't believe. He doesn't ascribe to what we're doing. He thinks it's silly, it's foolish, it's narishkeit. Because it's not a night which is focused on his mind exclusively. It's a night of experience. And despite the fact that he doesn't think like us, he doesn't believe like us, he doesn't want to be there. We want him to be there because we want him to experience. We want that the experience that we're having the Seder should penetrate his being, should enter his neshama, and should go deeper and more fundamental than what he can think. That's what this night is all about. And that's why the Rasha must sit there. Because our hope is that when he experiences it, that will slowly, or maybe even quickly, change his mindset. That's what we're after. But it's not just the Rasha. That's for all of us. All of us are supposed to be experiencing it. And yet, it goes even deeper than that. We see a very interesting halacha. The Mishnah Pesachim says that an anish is parnas ben tzedakah, a person who's so impoverished, the gabbai tzedakah has to go ahead and give him the arba kaisis ba'aseba. He has to give him the 4 cups of wine that he drinks leaning just like everybody else. He's the same ben chorn as we are. And if he doesn't have enough money, if the gabbai tzedakah can't take care of him, so then he has to go out and find the money. He has to get a job if necessary. He has to go collecting around if necessary. It doesn't matter. He must have the arba kaisis ba'aseba. He must drink the 4 cups of wine leaning. Why? Such an unusual halacha. He's butter. He can't afford it. No such thing. Why? Because this is the night, not just of experiencing Gula. This is the night of forging the Jewish identity. This is who we are. We were Ben Gulim from Mitzrayim. We were those who were redeemed from Egypt and taken out. And Bez Hashem Yisborach, it's going to be the Gula Shleim also. This is the night to experience Geula because this is who we are. The Rebbeinu Shalom made us the people who are experiencing redemption. We're experiencing the salvation. That's who we are. And the ani has to be there for it. Everybody has to be there for it. Because an ani, or anybody else who has a problem, financial problem, health problem in relationships could say, this is who I am, and I'm going to a Seder tonight. It's a wonderful thing. I'll get a night to perhaps forget about my troubles and experience the beauty of Geula. No, it's much more than that. This is who I am. That's why the ani must be there. That's why the Rasha must be there. Everybody must be there because everybody has to go ahead and forge their identity of part of Klal Yisrael. That our identity is Geula. That's who we are. So when we walk out of the Seder, the same problems are there. Whatever problems we walked in with didn't change in the night. What changes us? Our identity changed. We see ourselves differently. We walk out of there as Ben Chayrin. We're free. Bez Hashem Yisborach. Take the mitzvahs hayoim, the mitzvahs of the Seder, the Haggadah, the Matzah, the Mor, Bez Hashem, the Korban Pesach, and we experience Geula. And through that experience of Geula, we understand better who we really are. Bez Hashem Yisborach, Baruch Hashem Shivasiyat Shmaya should be this year.